It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to another review. Welcome to my review for The Exorcist Believer. Yes, this is the sequel, soft reboot. Well, I guess it's the sixth. Is it the sixth? Sixth installment of the Exorcist franchise. Even though it's a little confusing because there's a ton of like spin-off movies and like kind of rip-off movies or demon possession movies that feel like The Exorcist that aren't The Exorcist, but out of the Exorcist franchise, like just The Exorcist, starting from the 73 movie till now, there are 6 films. First one, second one, third one, Dominion, the prequel, and, well, this. So, yeah, 6 films, and yeah, I didn't know how to feel about this movie. I saw the trailers, didn't look anything that spectacular. It's The Exorcist, but 2 people, 2 little girls this time. And the movie is directed by David Gordon Green, written by Danny McBride. Yep, the new-aged Halloween guys, which I don't even really like that much. Yes, I'm not even a fan of the Halloween movie, especially the piece of shit Halloween Ends that we got just recently. So I'm like, well, David Gordon Green hasn't really impressed me lately, so him doing an Exorcist movie, I'm not really that excited. And after watching this movie, I was blown away. Blown away. From the trailers, it just kind of like a generic horror movie that I would forget in about a week or so. And I was going into the movie expecting that it's just going to be generic, forgettable, not scary. And yeah, just, I'll forget it and just, who cares? That's not the case. This movie is awful in the worst way possible. It is one of the worst horror films I've seen in years. It is a giant middle finger to the original Exorcist. It's the worst out of all 6 films, and it literally pissed me off. Yeah, I was expecting a generic movie that it would be so boring and forgettable it wouldn't anger me. I had no idea it'd anger me this much. I was infuriated with this movie. It was pissing me off every second of this film. I wanted to see this movie die. I wanted it to end when it hit the 40-minute mark, but it was almost 2 hours, and I could barely take it, and I hated it. I fucking hated this fuck festival, fuck film. I can't stand. Oh. Yes, Ellen Bernstein. The rumors are true. Spoilers. Ellen Bernstein and Linda Blair are back, but they're barely in the movie. I know Ellen Bernstein is in all the trailers. She's in the movie for like 8 minutes. And she is god-awful in it. And they completely destroy her character. Her character, Chris, the loving mother, this really sympathetic character from the first Exorcist. The whole story is mostly about her and her finding out what's wrong with her daughter. Is it mental illness? Is it something beyond our comprehension? Is it a demon possession? And it is a demon possession. What do you do about it? There's so much fear in this mother, and you sympathize with her. In this movie, she's just an asshole. It does the typical modern legacy character thing that all horror movies and just movies in general, like Star Wars did it, and a lot of the horror movies did it. Look what the Halloween movies did. They made Laurie Strode an unlikable bitch. Look at Scream. They made Dewey a washed-up loser. And now they bring back the character Chris and Reagan from The Exorcist, and Chris is an unlikable bitch. She wrote this book, and she doesn't even have a relationship with Reagan. Yep, this is a daughter that she fought her life for. She doesn't give a fuck about her now. And then she says, this is spoilers, but I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. Don't fucking watch this movie. In the movie, she says, the reason a long time ago when her daughter got possessed, in the first Exorcist movie, the reason she wasn't in the room with those priests, it's because of the patriarchy.
You serious?
I am not joking. That is a line in this movie. The patriarchy. What the fuck fuck are you talking about? Like, what are you... She wasn't allowed in the room because she's not an exorcist. Your daughter's possessed by a demon. She could kill you. It's for your safety while you're not in the room. Like, no shit. And the fact that she insults, like, the priests like that, those two priests gave their lives to save your daughter. And you're just like, I wasn't allowed in the room because patriarchy. I'm like, no. No. That is fucking bullshit. Oh my god. Like, that is such an insult to the original film. That's an insult to the character of Chris. That's an insult to both the characters in The Exorcist, Jason Witter and Max von Sydow's characters. That is such an insult to the film. Like, that is insane. I was blown away that kind of dialogue was in this dog shit of a fest film. But let's talk about the movie itself. The movie is about two girls that go in the woods and get possessed by a demon. Pazuzu, actually, the demon from the first Exorcist. How do they get possessed, and why do they get possessed? The movie doesn't explain it. It doesn't care to explain it, so they're possessed. Okay. And, yeah, it's about mostly the one girl's father. Leslie Odom Jr. plays the father. He's pretty much the main character of the film. They go into backstory about him and his wife, and she was pregnant, and Haiti, and all that. He is basically the protagonist of the film. Then the two girls, and then the white girl's parents are like barely in the movie, I guess because, I don't know, they suck. I don't know, because they're religious. Religion is bad. We live in 2023 now, so religion is bad, so her parents are religious, so they're bad people. And the movie tries not to be about Catholicism, even though all the Exorcist movies are about Catholicism. It's called The Exorcist. The exorcists work for the Catholic Church. That's what they do. If you want to make a possession movie about different religions, that's fine, but just don't call it The Exorcist. Don't make it a sequel to The Exorcist. Exorcist is Catholicism. It's a demon. It's Pazuzu. He's a demon from hell. Like, that's Catholicism. So if you hate Catholicism so much, why are you making a sequel to The Exorcist? You fucking idiot. Like, that's so stupid. Even in this movie, they get all these different religions to perform exorcisms, even though they're not exorcists, because it could be something else and everything. I'm like, what are you doing? That doesn't make any sense. And then, I don't know, the whole message of this movie is, it's not about the love of your daughter. It's not about fighting the wicked of evil. It's about community. Doesn't matter if you're religious, it's all about community. I'm like, huh? What are you talking about? Oh my god, this is ridiculous. What are you saying? Like, what? What? The power of community, that will defeat the dark forces of evil. No, it won't. The whole point of all the Exorcists was about faith and about defeating the darkness. That's what The Exorcist was all about. If you don't have faith, that's fine. It's just a movie. But it was a movie about, it's Catholicism, it's Catholic, it's religion, it's spiritual. That's what The Exorcist always was. And The Exorcist, the first one, did it very, very well because a lot of the characters weren't religious. And it was about them. That's their character arcs, about them questioning their belief in God and everything. That's the point of the movie. And I know in this day and age, religion is a very bad, negative thing. And I'm like, okay, if you're not religious, that's fine. But then don't make an Exorcist movie then. Make something else. If you want to make a possession movie, make it a possession of another religion or something. I don't know. I don't know what David Gordon Green and Danny McBride were doing with this movie. It's like, it's an Exorcist movie made by people who hate The Exorcist. It's so bad. It's really bad. It's so embarrassing to watch. And I'm like, it's like the writer and director hate everything about possession movies and stuff. And they're very, very progressive in this movie. Oh my god. Everything about this movie is politically correct. The crazy, insane things Reagan says in The Exorcist, which he's possessed, none of that is in this movie. Like, in the movie's R-rated for language, but there's barely any bad language in this movie because they're so afraid to offend people. The crazy shit Reagan says is not at all in this movie. Even the violence is either cartoony or tamed. It's embarrassing. The direction is awful. The lighting, editing, atrocious. It's amateur, this movie. Completely amateur. And like I said, the only positives of this movie are the two young actresses. They're pretty good in the movie for what they have to work with the shitty screenplay. They're not bad. And there's a scene where I keep calling her the white girl. The white girl goes to the church and she's all like fucked up and possessed and says some kooky shit. That is the best part of the whole movie. It is the only part that is actually chilling, creepy, has a little atmosphere, and there's actually some pretty twisted shit coming out of her mouth. Other than that, the movie is balls. It sucks. Leslie Odom Jr. is an Oscar-nominated actor. It looks like he doesn't even want to be there. He is sleepwalking his way through this movie. Ellen Bernstein is embarrassingly awful. The one scene with Linda Blair is ridiculous. The fact that they want to make a trilogy of this is just idiotic. Like, please, people, I know the movie's been out for days, but don't spend money on this movie. Do not give this studio the right to make more of this crap. This is everything wrong with horror films these days and just movies these days. This movie shits on the original Exorcist, its legacy characters, and it has nothing new or original to bring. It is overly politically correct. There's politics in this movie, and the movie's messaging makes no sense. And it's not scary. It's not well written. It's not well directed. It's not well acted. And you can give two shits about a single character in this movie. And then the ending, what happens to the little girls, also really stupid. In The Exorcist, every Exorcist movie, there's always hope. It's about hope and fighting the darkness. None of that is in this movie. Nothing. This movie is just bleak, unpleasant, unlikable, stupid, and I don't know, confusing of what they were even trying to say or do. It was trash. I hated this fucking movie. I could not say it. It was pissing me off watching this movie because I'm a huge fan of the original Exorcist, and I love Exorcist 3 as well. I think they're fantastic films. This movie was made by morons who know nothing about The Exorcist. They don't know any subtlety. There's nothing subtle about this movie. Everything's so on the nose. This movie hates The Exorcist and doesn't even want to be even close to loyal to the source material of the original films. This movie's trash, and I don't know who in their right mind would like it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give The Exorcist Believer a 2 out of 10. It gets those points for the two girls. Other than that, it's a garbage movie. Fucking hated it. Don't see it. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, let me know, what is your favorite movie about demonic possession? Mine is The Exorcist. It's the best. What is your favorite? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.